Hello, friends. Welcome to the Epic Alchemy podcast. I'm your host, Jill Davenport, and we are on episode 24. And today I have a couple of announcements. First of all, I have a workshop coming up next week. I've been talking about it. We're still talking about it. Magnetize your soulmate clients to your email list, turn lurkers into buyers. I am hosting it with Joanne Homestead, who is a copywriting coach. She is going to help you write fire emails that get people clicking, get people scheduling from your email list. And I am going to be talking about getting people on your email list with visibility, with all sorts of things. So I'm very excited. Come if you're interested, if you have a business and you want to grow your email list, or your email list feels like it's not doing anything for you, or you've been ghosting your email list, that could be a thing too. Come to this. It is free and it's on April 22nd. And I will post the link in the show notes. So do come if you're interested. And that is an older announcement because I've been talking about it. So today, ta-da, I want to talk about my program, Epic Alchemy, is getting an upgrade. I have been working on a lot of things behind the scenes, and today I am announcing Simply Unstoppable. Welcome to your badass business era. This is one-on-one coaching for ambitious empaths who are getting stuck with perfectionism, overthinking, imposter syndrome, when they're going to show up to do the things that they really want to do in their business and to grow their business. So if this sounds like you, then I created this for you. And it's going to be still working with getting clarity, making plans through that clarity, and taking action with that clarity, like of what you want to create. Because there's a lot of times as ambitious empaths that we can get caught spinning in indecision and wondering like, what's the right way to go? And then it's like, oh, I spent another week not doing the thing, or I've been just going in circles and like doing a little bit of this and turning around and coming back, and it's like you're stuck in a cul-de-sac. So we're going to be working on that, and we're going to be tapping into your inner badass and letting that be the thing that guides you and bringing that forward so that you're showing up as your badass self who's already inside you. And we're just going to bring it out, and we're going to just like keep bringing it out. So I have these rituals and exercises and stuff for that in there that I do with my clients, and I'm very excited to just keep that going and bringing more stuff. I have things, and it's like I'm keeping it very simple. So the reason behind the name Simply Unstoppable is because we make it simple. We create simplicity, we create spaciousness. The next thing that we work on is getting out of overwhelm, simplifying, streamlining, because we as humans, and especially as empaths and sensitive people and creatives and all that, we can just make things way too complicated, way more complicated than they need to be. And I help my clients with that, to just make things really simple. That's a gift that I have. And that's what we're going to do, is just keep things simple, because when you keep things simple, then you become unstoppable. Because what stops you usually is that things are complicated. Things are like, we're thinking too much. We're like getting into a spiral about things. And then the next piece that we work on is consistently taking action with, I call it the winning momentum formula. And what it is we're taking action and rewiring your brain to feel good about taking action, and to not feel like you're never getting enough done. So we create these ways to make it very doable, very simple, very feel good at the end of the day, because you took action and you did the things. And we break it down to make it super simple. And then also creating joy plans, because you got to enjoy your life too. If you want to have a sustainable business, if you want to have capacity to do things, if you want to be excited in your business, you have to have life outside your business. And a lot of times as entrepreneurs, um, we sometimes don't put enough attention on that. And so joy plans are part of it. Like that's part of what we do together is make sure that you are actually like enjoying your life outside of that, not because it's something that's like you have to earn or feel guilty for if you're doing. It's something that is essential for continuing, for being unstoppable. You have to have the joy and the enjoyment. Even if you love your work, you still have to have other things that you do that are filling up your cup. So that's what we're doing in there. And I am so excited to bring this out in the world because uh, in honor of the Stop Being So Precious challenge that I did, it's like, yes, like let's freaking go. Let's become unstoppable. Let's stop being so precious. Let's stop overthinking. Let's just simplify so that we can keep going. And that includes rest. That includes relaxation, rejuvenation. Like that is part of being an unstoppable person and being unstoppable in your business. So it's not like just full speed ahead, train, like don't worry about anything else. It's like, no, unstoppable requires rest. It requires breaks. It requires fun. It requires all of these other things. So it's a holistic experience. It's one-on-one. And these are things that I have. There's resistance, like getting through resistance with creating stuff, because that comes up a lot as a business owner. Resistance to writing, resistance to doing a podcast, resistance to being visible, resistance to all sorts of things, getting outside of your comfort zone, whether it's, because of fear of being judged, fear of being criticized, fear of just like looking awkward or whatever. So I have so many tools to get through resistance, which I've shared some of them with you on here, but I've just been building this bank of things that I use for myself as someone who has gone through all of this personally. I have been collecting ways to get through this and to move through these things and inventing things for myself. So I'm so excited to share this in my program. It's a 6-month program, just like Epic Alchemy. So it's a little bit a different setup, but yeah, I am very excited. And if this sounds like you and you're like, yes, I want to stop being so precious. I want to quit letting perfectionism and overthinking, overwhelm, all of that get in my way, because that can really stop you for a long time. And it's like you're moving a little forward, moving a little back, staying very comfortably uncomfortable in where you are with your business, with your life, whatever. This is very business focused, but you know what I mean? Like it's you can be stuck in this comfort zone for a long time and wanting to be somewhere else, but just being in a rut about it. And so we're going to get you out of that and move you through it so that you can have more impact the way that you want to with your work, with your message, with whatever you do, and make more income, of course, because you're showing up more for your business and you're taking action in a simple way, clarifying, and enjoying your life, being a badass, feeling like a badass, and feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about who I'm becoming during this process. Because as we know, if you have a business, business is a personal growth journey. And like when you're doing fire, it's like, oh man, it feels so good. So um, if you're interested in this, come talk to me. I'm going to put my consult link in there. I haven't even put up on my website yet information about it. I made a slide deck on Instagram, so you can like read about it or whatever if you're interested. And why wouldn't you be interested, really? So it's there, and I'm going to be adding it to my website soon. But I'm still doing the free consults for it, and I am still doing I'm calling it an unstoppable blueprint now that you get when you come to a consult. And we talk about where you are now, where you want to go, what that looks like, what your business looks like, and how I can help you get there. So it's free, no obligation, no strings. Just come and talk to me, and we'll see if it's a good fit. We'll see if this is good for helping you get to where you want to go. Okay, so I'm going to spill the tea on what happened during and after Stop Being So Precious and Talk About What You Do challenge that I did for myself for 30 days. So, first of all, I showed up for 30 days and posted for 30 days, which I hadn't done for a very long time. And so that was a huge win. Let's celebrate the wins. Okay. So I did that. That was great. 30 days arguably is it does feel like a long time when you're doing it, especially if you do it every day and you haven't scheduled posts to go out. I posted every day. So I was like, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. So it doesn't feel like not that long, but in the realm of what you're trying, like if you're trying to get a message out or trying to like get awareness or whatever, then that's not very long. So that wasn't why I was doing it, but just so you know, it wasn't that long. And I could tell that it wasn't that long because I could see I started getting experimental with different things that I was posting. And I was like, oh, okay, this is working. So um, my most watched post, my most like the highest whatever views post I did was the silliest one. So it was the one that I was like, it was this one where I thought someone was taking a picture of me, but it was really a video and it was pretty short. So it was relatable. It was like, a lot of people could find the meaning in it quickly. And so that was my most watched post. The algorithm sent it out the most and people responded or whatever. Not really anything having to do with my business or, talking about what I talk about my thing, I wasn't talking about my thing there. So that was the most watched. So, as you might know, as I definitely know, like the more things that get the most reach are not necessarily the things that are going to deliver the most for your business. So there's that. Um, in case you don't know this, those that can be true. Maybe not. It's often true because it's like the whoever the masses are, unless you're selling something to the masses that's very generic. It's a fine line between being like generic is bad and generic goes far. That was a post that I had reposted that I had done a couple of years ago, and I knew it got a lot of reach. So I wanted to test it again to see if it still got a lot of reach, and it did. So reposting works. So if you find your highest viewed things, then reposting those can be helpful. So just because I didn't get, it didn't have anything to do with my business. Did it boost my other posts as well? Maybe people saw it and they came and looked at my other posts as well. So, but the real thing is that I noticed is with, and I knew this already. I try to pretend like it's not true because it's not the comfortable thing. But if you want to get engagement on social media, you have to engage. So this is the real like clincher. If you feel like you're posting a lot and people aren't responding or you're not getting any views or whatever, like it could be many different things, but I tell you what, as soon as you start engaging with other people's posts, sending DMs to people to say hello, not to be like, oh, hey, whatever, find my thing, but just saying hello, responding to people's stories, just giving that engagement, like what you put out, you get back. As soon as it's this magical thing. Like I've been posting about this workshop quite a bit. So when I first started posting about it, there's like not a lot of people, nobody for the first couple said anything on my social media posts. So I wasn't getting um, any people biting to register for the workshop. So after a while, Then I got a few, and then but I tell you what, as soon as I start engaging with people on social media, as soon as I start sending direct messages, which I have resistance to. I will say I have resistance to it. It is something that I'm working through. I am sending people DMs, but it is not something that I am completely comfortable with at this point, no matter what it is, even if I'm just saying hello, because I like to send a video message because that's like the most personal one. I don't always send a video message, but I still have this like, oh, I know I need to send DMs and I want to talk to people, but like I have this thing about reaching out to people. So this is a growth edge for me. But I tell you what, as soon as I send DMs to people, I get people responding and wanting to come to my workshop. Not just the people that I DM, which is sometimes them, but it's other people too. It's like I open up this channel. It's like, okay, now the energy can flow. It happens every single time. And it's oftentimes not the person that I'm DMing. So if people are responding to if you're sending direct messages to people to say hello or whatever, like inviting them to your thing, well, if you're doing that, like you probably are doing more than me. But if you are and you're like, I don't know if I want to DM people, I feel awkward or whatever, just know that it may not be the people that you're DMing, but something happens in the magical realm of algorithm or beyond. People start responding and people are asking to come to the workshop now because I'm sending messages. So they're like coming out from like way over here. I'm like, oh, where'd you come from? Like, I haven't even talked to you. So that is the real kicker to getting engagement, getting people signed up to your workshops, for your consults, stuff like that. Like you got to talk to people. Like you got to say hi. So so just posting for 30 days, one, you're going to grow a lot. You're going to grow internally. So that's the biggest thing with doing a challenge of showing up for a certain amount of time or whatever, is the growth that you have inside and knowing that you can do it and knowing that like it's possible. I already knew it was possible, but I hadn't done it in a long time. Like I was really like, I'll do it next week. Like I posted, like every like once or twice a week or whatever, but I really wanted to step it up and do more. So I did that. And now I'm like, oh, okay, this is easy, but it is easy to fall back into that rut. So you have to like keep it going. And especially if your thing is not stop being so precious, it's easy to get precious again. So you've really got to watch that preciousness, but just leaning back on like, oh, it doesn't matter. If you're doing things often, then you get less precious about them because there's more opportunity. It's not like, oh, this is the one and it's got to really count. It's like, no, there'll be another one tomorrow. So I can just go. Like, let's just go. This one's maybe people are going to watch it, maybe they're not. But if you're only doing it like 1-2 times a week or less, if you're doing it like once a month or something, then you're going to put so much emphasis, so much weight on this one post that you're doing, when really the magic is in doing more and caring less. I mean, you can make your post good, but you get good at it by doing more and by evaluating and seeing like what's working, what's fun for you, what do you like to watch, watching other people's stuff. And as I'm doing now, I'm noticing it actually flow over into other areas of my outreach, of my marketing. So not just the post, but now I'm sending video messages to people to say hello in the DMs, like new followers. And I used to like make a video and I'd be like, I don't like that. And I'd make another one and I would make another one. And I'm like, okay, third time's a charm or whatever. So now I don't do that. Now I send a video. And I'm like, oh, it wasn't perfect. I'm like, oh, talked too much. Like messed up my words or whatever. And I'm like, I'm just going to send it. It's life. It's real life. So that is another thing that came out of Stop Being So Precious. And I'm trying to embrace that more. I do like for things to be done really well. So it is, I do have to balance that, like, the high standards for what I create and letting things be letting things like, okay, let's just get it going, just let it go, because nobody's going to care if my video is perfect that I send to them in the DM. Like it's really doesn't matter. So, and it's like going to save so much time. Now, yesterday I made my slides for my new program, and I was going to just use the slides that I had for my old program. And that was the assignment I got from my coach, was like, you promise you're not going to change anything else besides just the name. And I was like, I cannot promise this. So I ended up, I kept a lot of it, the things that I could, but I did upgrade some things in there and made it a little more like, you know, because it was like, just get it up there so that people can see that that it's out there, that so they can start to have brand awareness about it. And so I got it, but I wanted to change the pictures. I wanted it to feel new. I wanted it to feel exciting. So yeah, so I still have to balance like the wanting things to be done well and the perfectionism not being precious. And I think there is a balance there for sure. Like I'm definitely faster, and I probably will get faster, but I still like things to be fun and done well. So I think we can balance that, and just know where the perfectionism is a sabotage and where it's actually like something that you want to be done well. And it's really tricky because as you get more aware of your sabotages and your little mind tricks that your brain wants to play on you to keep you, from doing things that are uncomfortable, then it gets pretty tricky. And it's like, okay, are we does this really matter? Does it really matter if it has this new photo on it? Are people really paying that much attention, or should we just go on and get this out and just have people see that there is something new? That is the question, and that is the game. So that's what I learned from Stop Being So Precious and Talk About Your Thing. Also, I will say, when I said the talk about your thing part was really helpful for me, actually, because the prompts that I used for myself, well, a lot of them were talking about elements of my program. So it really got me to talk about it in different ways, which I hadn't practiced that much online. And it really got me to get into like, oh, I see it from this angle and see it from this angle. And so talking about your thing over and over again, talking about what you do, talking about the elements of what you offer is actually really helpful to help you iterate how awesome it is, because it was like, oh yeah, this is really great. And I was like, let me change it. No, it's a lot of the same, but I was like getting to verbalize what it is and getting more intimate with how to talk about it, how to explain it and understand it in a way that I can tell people, because a lot of it is like, oh, I know what it is and I feel like we go through these things or whatever, but yeah, learning how to talk about it in different ways. So that was a fun exercise, and also like a boost of like, oh, this is really cool, because a lot of times we are too close to what we do. So we forget how awesome it is. Like we're like, doesn't everybody know this? Like, what am I even, what's even in this thing or whatever, because we're just so used to it, or we're like so used to seeing it from our perspective and not from somebody who's actually like walking through it. So that was another thing, to get a fresh angle on that and be like, oh, yeah, this is really great, because I've seen that a lot with other clients that I have too, that have a program, and it's like, does this even, like when they're going to sell it or they're going to launch or whatever, then it's like, is this even, do people even want this? Does anybody even need this? Because we're already in a place where we're at the level where we're using these things. Sometimes I definitely go back and listen to my tools. I'm like, this is really good. I need to do this. Like, I'll go back and actually listen to my old podcasts and like, that's good advice. Yeah, this is exactly what I need right now, because it's an ongoing process. And so anyway, this is I highly recommend doing Stop being so precious and talk about your thing. If you have a business, if you have something that you share online, I highly recommend it because it is a personal growth journey more than anything else. And you will start to see the ripple effects from it afterwards. So maybe within 30 days, you don't have people like banging down your door to get what you're offering, but you will have a deeper, rooted connection to it, and people will start to notice because were noticing that I was doing it, and I know that people are watching that are not responding because they have told me outside of social media. They're like, I see your posts, I like your posts or whatever, but they don't say anything, they don't like it, they don't, engage with it. But they're out there, they're watching. So there are lurkers. And I will bring this back around to our workshop. Turn lurkers into buyers. Magnetize your soulmate clients and turn lurkers into buyers. Come to our workshop if you have lurkers, if you think you might have lurkers, or even if you think you don't have lurkers. You probably do. Okay, so that's what I got for you today, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.